All right, we're back. Overtime.
Never left.
Yeah, overtime. Episode number 23. This week, taking a break from.
How is it 23 if we've been doing this for a year? Shouldn't it be 52?
Taking a break from the Texas Chainsaw Massacre franchise to do a special request from Papa Hades in the comments a lot. Insulted Maverick once. It was real funny. We all laughed. And but he wanted us to watch Jurassic Park. So that's what we did. We watched Jurassic Park from 1993, directed by Steven Spielberg. The man, the myth, the legend. I haven't watched
Wait a minute, let's not say Spielberg's a legend. Come on, he's made some shit.
Okay. Okay.
I think Spielberg gets a little more credit than he deserves. Anyway.
I mean, I won't disagree with you, but he has made my favorite movie of all time. So, and it's Jurassic Park. No, Saving Private Ryan. Man. That's the shit.
That's your favorite?
That's
what a
the
loser.
best movie. Fuck you, Maverick. Your favorite is fucking bitches. But Tyler Muse. But anyway, I'm
gonna if I have to blow my nose, I got a real bad summer cold, so I'm gonna be muting myself. If
we all know what it really is. It's the AIDS. I haven't watched this movie since I was a kid. And I gotta be, I wasn't like, people grow up and they're like, Jurassic Park is the shit. I've never been a Jurassic Park fan. Like, it hasn't been the thing. Watching it, I think it's a good movie. I like it better now than I did when I was a kid. I'm gonna give it a 7. It would have got a little higher. I do think it drags a little bit. I think they could have cut a few parts out, but I think it's a good movie. I'll give it a 7. Maverick, where are you gonna rank this one?
I'm good with like a 5. It was definitely like nostalgic. I was snoozing a little bit. But,
was that the movie's fault or just your tired's fault?
I don't know, honestly. I
Maybe
think it was
a little
just me.
both.
Yeah. Yeah, 5 was good.
Yeah. Tyler?
I'm gonna go on a little bit of a rant here.
Okay.
So I'm gonna give this movie like a 7.
Uh-huh.
That being said, compared to like the recent movies, I'd give this one a 10. I think
I
the original,
yeah.
I think this one was really good,
Uh-huh.
and you put it against like the newer ones, and it's not even close.
Yeah.
Like
I could agree with that.
they've gotten so far off now to where now they have like pet dinosaurs and killer robots and stuff, and like they're communicating and stuff. And I love Chris Pratt. Don't get me wrong, but like I think most of us have seen the recent one, and I was just like, what is going on? And then I watched this one, and I was like,
back
what?
to basics.
Yeah, it was so crazy.
Like, I like Jurassic World. I think Jurassic World's all right, but that second one they made, I was like, what? I was like, this thing sucks. But yeah. So I agree with that. But anyway, spoiler warning for Jurassic Park. If somehow you don't know, Jurassic Park, it's almost 30 years old. 2 more years, it'll be 30 years old. So, man, what I want to say, well, we'll get spoiler warning. We're gonna ruin everything about it, so you've been warned. I want to say
dinosaurs.
Yeah, dinosaurs. I want to say Spielberg made, funny enough, he made Jurassic Park and Saving Private Ryan in the same year, if I remember right.
Saving Private Ryan came out later. It had to.
Well, let's see. So, Saving Private... Oh, man, it's 98. What did he make? I swear he made Jurassic Park and something else in the same year.
AI or something?
No, it's something people actually like.
God damn.
Take that, fucking AI.
Joel, whatever his name is. What's the
kid's name? Oh, man. Oh, man. Yeah, so he made Jurassic Park. Nice family movie, if you can call it that, even though I'm not sure. And then after that, he went and made Schindler's List.
Oh shit!
It's a different kind of family movie.
A little bit of a different, thing there. But yeah, so he made both of those movies in the same year, which I'm sure Schindler's List probably got nominated for shit at the Oscars.
Have you seen Schindler's List?
I've never watched it. It's like 3.5 hours long.
It's amazing. It's a great movie.
I'm sure it is. I just never have sat down. There's a couple movies like that. They're just...
Wearing the striped pajamas is another thing I want to watch, too.
I've seen parts of that, but I haven't seen the full movie.
Who wears pajamas? Get out of here.
Yeah. Well, the Jewish, apparently.
Your own fault, right?
Jesus Christ.
It's for wearing pajamas.
Oh, that's why. Okay.
Yeah.
Anyway.
Put on some pair of shorts or something.
I gotta tell you, for a movie that's 30 years old, and to be fair, I mean, I'll kick off with their budget. They had $63 million to play with.
Back then, that was like having $1 billion.
Yeah. So, they definitely had a budget, but for being 30 years old, I think the dinosaurs still hold up.
They're all practical.
Budget? Say the budget.
They're not all practical.
68 million?
It's 63 million.
They were practical, I thought.
No.
Who the fuck funded that for the first movie?
What's up?
Well, Maverick, you gotta remember, this is like a
movie.
best-selling book, right?
And it's a best-selling book, yeah.
Michael Crichton wrote this book, and it blew up. Like, probably the best-selling book of all time.
It was a book.
Like, it sold more copies than the Bible, I'm willing to bet. It didn't. The Bible is still number one, but it's close.
But, yeah, so I have it here. So believe it or not, there's only 15 minutes of dinosaurs in this movie, which I thought there was a lot more. The way they filmed it, I thought there was more. But 9 minutes of it are animatronics, and 6 minutes of it is CGI. So CGI is a lot of like the shot where they're looking at the Brachiosaurus, the long necks out there. That's all CGI. Most of the time when you see them running around, that's CGI.
You're telling me those weren't animatronic, Tom?
I'm telling you, yeah.
I know the T-Rex was.
Couldn't tell.
And I know the Raptors were.
Yeah, I mean, you can definitely tell when they're puppets and shit.
Yeah.
I think the puppets
look great.
I think they look great, except for the puppet that was hatching out of the egg. I thought that one was like... But for the most part, I thought they were pretty good looking. Also, what's your favorite dinosaur in this movie? Because there's only one correct answer. And it's a dinosaur that was in this movie, and it's popped up in some others, but it never has gotten the love I feel like it deserves.
I don't like these fucking riddles, Tom. You could shove it up your ass.
I don't even know.
Rex over here.
Yeah, that's me.
These questions. My favorite dinosaur in this movie has got to be the Galapagos.
Okay, which one's that though? I'm not good with the names.
Is that the ones in the herd that was running?
Yeah, those are the ones in the herd.
Oh, okay. Yeah. The correct answer is
the fucking... because you wouldn't know the name.
Yeah.
That's the Dilophosaurus.
Is it? Once again.
The one that spit?
Okay, yeah. But that dinosaur is so fucking cool. And then throughout time, it's just become about the raptors and the T-Rex, and that's it.
It really has.
And it's like, come on, man. Like Jurassic World, there's that part where the villain, which I think in Jurassic World, the villain was like another raptor.
Hey guys, spoilers for Jurassic World as well.
Yeah. But there's that part where as they're leaving the museum, Chris Pratt like hits the button and it pops up the fucking... And that's the only time they ever mention it in the new movies. You get the one little clip. And it's like, come on, man.
It's a bullshit dinosaur.
What do you want? I will fight
Probably
you.
a lot of money to animate.
Did you see it? It's the size of like a large dog.
Listen, man.
It was way bigger than a large dog.
I bet you...
It was huge.
I bet you a Great Dane was probably the size of that dinosaur.
Yeah, well, look, let's say wolf. Wolf
like
size?
Oh, who the fuck?
Deer size, maybe?
Yeah.
Like, but they're not big. So, like, the guy from Seinfeld, I don't know his name in this, comes face to face with one.
Yeah.
And I was like, you big dude, just punch him. You know, like,
yeah.
It doesn't even look mean until it gets all ruffly.
Yeah.
So
I remember when I was a kid, I really felt bad for that guy watching it because I have this weird thing with people with glasses where when they I think so. When I was in like second grade, and both of you have heard the
last
story,
week,
but there was this kid with glasses in my class, and we like didn't like each other, and then I like hit him in the face, and his glasses fell on the ground, and he was on the ground looking for his glasses, and I felt really bad about it. And then like the next day, he was getting bullied on the bus, and I stood up for him, and a fifth grader punched me in the face, and then we were friends. But I have this weird word glasses, and when he was like, "Oh, my glasses" or whatever, I remember as a kid I was like, "Oh man," but now watching it again, I was like, "Fuck this guy." I was like,
hey, what happened to that kid? Where's that kid at now?
He's gone, dude. He's dead and buried. I killed him. But also, I thought he really played up when I was younger. I thought he really played up the fact that he couldn't see. But he doesn't really. He drops it. You get the one line like, "Oh, where's my glasses?" And then immediately he goes, "Oh, I can buy another pair," because he's about to make like $100 million or something like that.
The last time I watched this, I was like preteen, maybe like real young.
Yeah.
And I totally forgot that man was selling the dinosaurs for money.
Yeah.
It totally escaped me.
Yeah. He's a little piece of shit boy. Also,
he was, and he's the sole reason the park went to shit.
Yeah,
Whoa.
That storm didn't help that came in.
The storm didn't do anything. He just cut everything off.
I mean, you could say that, but you could say, the whole
it's been said
meddling with nature and trying to play God had a thing to do with it.
Yeah.
But
yeah, like so this movie. So what's the name of the doctor? I forgot it already. Anyone?
Doctor. What doctor?
The guy who started the fucking thing.
Strange?
Yeah, Strange.
Dr. Chan is the dude, right?
Well, yeah, but the guy who runs the park, the main guy.
Oh, he's not even a doctor, is he?
I think so. I think he calls himself like Dr. Stein.
Man, if you hadn't asked me, I would have known.
Yeah. Anyway, it doesn't matter. So, he starts Jurassic Park, which we've been down, and he brings in Sam Neill.
Dr. John Alfred Hammond.
There you go. Shout out. He brings in Sam Neill, making his triumphant return to the podcast since way back in episode 4 when he played the bad guy in the So when he played the bad guy in Event Horizon, and he's back, way back then. Jesus, that was forever ago. But he brings in Sam Neill, and I don't know the name of the lady in the movie, but they're a couple, which apparently there's a very big age difference between them. That if you look it up, I don't remember how many years it was. I gotta say though, Sam Neill looking good in this movie. Like he could pass for being near her age, I think.
The woman's age, Ellie or whatever her name was.
Is that the one he was dating? Yeah, sure then.
Yeah, they look to be normal.
Exactly.
She was definitely younger than him. But...
Well, she had, yeah, but if you look at it, it's like maybe she has a few years. But apparently, I think there might be like 15 years or something on there. But
has she been in? I don't recognize her from anything.
Her she's Laura Dern. She's been in a bunch of stuff.
I recognize
she's on,
that
like,
name.
Mad About You and stuff, I want to say. But that might be Helen Hunt. Anyways.
I don't know. But anyway.
She's been all kinds of stuff. She's like generic white lady.
Yeah. Person. He brings them in to basically help sell Jurassic Park to this rich blood-sucking lawyer, as the doctor puts it at one point in this movie. And his mathematician that he brought along, that I don't think he's even... Or is he a scientist too? Why did I get...
Yes, he's a chaos theory. So.
Yeah, which played by Jeff Goldblum, who hasn't been in any movie we watched that I can remember, which is surprising. Because he does... Jeff Goldblum? Yeah. Because he does...
We can watch The Fly.
We haven't watched The Fly yet. Once again, another movie I watched when I was little. And I thought it was pretty good back then. I'm not sure. If
I didn't understand any of it.
Well, no, I didn't either, but I was like, he's turning into a fly. That's cool.
Well, yeah, look at he threw up on that stuff.
The weird thing is, yeah, you're like, he's turning into a fly, but then, like, he's real nasty, and you're like, this is what a fly looks like. but anyway, and Jeff Goldblum's there to try to persuade the Doctor to not do this. And I don't remember where I was going with this. Was I just telling the
I guess.
I don't know. But anyway, but then it quickly ends up being, I was going into the whole, because then they start debating once they get there. They start debating, what are the pluses to doing this? And the guy, at one point the guy's like, listen, I don't remember the name of the bird or whatever, but he's like, if I could get a strand of their DNA and, and bring them back, they're near extinction, and we could bring them back, you'd
Vultures.
be all... That wasn't... It
was condors.
Okay.
Was it?
Yeah.
Yeah.
It was some bird like that.
And he was like, you'd be all for it. But, these dinosaurs, and Jeff Goldblum's like, well, these things, are going extinct because of human, we're taking away their habitat. Dinosaurs were selected by nature to go extinct and stuff, and you're just playing God and bringing them back. And so, like, I found myself agreeing with both sides of it. I'm not sure, like...
His whole theory was fucked. Because nature didn't decide shit. A
that
fucking rock that fell from outer space did.
Well, no one knows what.
No one knows for sure, but yeah.
No fucking rock.
But let's
bodied them all.
Let's think about his argument, though, right? He's like, "Oh, you're playing God. Nature destroyed this." It's like, "Oh, you've never taken a Tylenol? Any type of medicine?"
Yeah.
Like anything that man creates that makes your life. The guy's wearing a leather jacket, and he's like, "How do you think they tanned that?"
Yeah.
Like he's wearing glasses. He's fucking wearing glasses. Like, take those glasses off, then, cocksucker. It just makes me angry.
Yeah.
Because he's like, oh, man made that. He's playing God. It's like, shut up. Fucking idiot. Doesn't know how to throw a flare.
Yeah, we'll get into that. But anyway, yeah, I don't know, because, like, I mean, what am I saying? If I'm given the choice, I'm like, let's bring the dinosaurs back, But, man, this is a hell of a podcast. Okay.
Meet like halfway,
I know.
Right?
Yeah.
And bring all the dinosaurs back, but have them be like a 1/5 scale.
Yeah, so it's like a little...
It's like T-Rex is like...
Yeah.
It's like a chihuahua size, and you're like, get out of here.
Yeah. I really like the presentation scene where it's like the animation of the DNA strand.
Oh, God.
Going through. I really... Also... can I just talk about the guy the whole time? He's like, and now we go over here, and here's a dinosaur. He never says like dinosaur, but dinosaur. But I thought
his accent was fucked.
It was something. But his whole fucking like, hello John, and he starts multiplying. I was like, look at this fucking guy. But I like that. I thought the animation was, which apparently, they did that. Because, like, the first 200 pages of the book is explaining how they got all the dinosaurs. And so they were like, let's just throw in this little 10-minute animation talking about
I think Walt Disney did something like that when he opened his park. To where he was he'd play a movie. And it was like, he was in front of it. They didn't really, like, talk to each other, blah, blah, but it was, like, integrated. So I think it was kind of like an homage to him or whatever. But anyway.
If you ever watch the video of fucking what's his name, fucking old dude from Star Trek, Captain Kirk, William Shatner. There you go. If you ever watch William Shatner singing Rocket Man back in 1973 or whenever he sings it, he does a thing where he multiplies himself, and there's like 3 William Shatners, and I think it's gonna be. And that's what it reminded me of. But also, I didn't write any fucking notes for this movie. I just watched it. The only notes I wrote down were how they got the dinosaurs, which is they find... Well, mosquitoes existed back when the dinosaurs existed. For some reason, they're the same exact size as mosquitoes nowadays. They always talk about prehistoric. Everything was bigger, But they were the same size, and they would fucking... eat some dinosaur blood. That's not how you say it, but take some dinosaur blood, and then they would land on these trees where sap would cover them, and they're in these preserved sap crystals that are underground that they found, and they drill in and extract the blood, and then they get millions of DNA strands and shit, all these dinosaurs. And then the parts that they can't find, they just take a frog. they use the frog DNA to complete the dinosaur, which comes back later because their whole thing is all the dinosaurs in the park are female, so that way there's no like extra breeding going on. They control the population.
Yeah.
But then it turns out that these frogs are just hermaphrodites, and like they can pick what they want that day. So apparently these dinosaurs can just grow dicks and stuff.
They explain the frog DNA when the frogs have a gene that when they're all one gender, some of them will flip so they can reproduce.
Yeah.
And apparently that carried over, which is, I mean, a pretty good way to explain them having little baby dinosaurs.
Yeah. Man, I got hit in the nuts with a soccer ball once, and I thought that happened to me.
Yeah.
I was like, I flipped. It's an innie. Anyways.
Hey, did they ever? Because at one point you come across a fucking. I used to know the name of the goddamn dinosaur, the one that's sick with the horns.
Triceratops.
Yeah, there you go. They come across this Triceratops that's laying there all sick and shit, and then all these fuckers start like running around petting it and smiling and shit. Meanwhile, the dinosaur's like, I'm fucking dying, you know? He's just like getting shit on. And they talk about it gets sick once every 6 weeks, and they don't know why. I don't know what the pregnancy expand of a dinosaur is. Do you think that's what that was?
I think that was like the thing was eating plants it shouldn't have been eaten or whatever.
Yeah, but they say it's not eating the plants, and then she goes and checks its shit, and it isn't eating the plants.
So maybe, and I didn't catch that.
Yeah,
so yeah, maybe.
But the weird is if they know that
6 weeks though is kind of short.
I don't know. Maverick, do a quick Google. See how long the pregnancy is of Jamie. Pull that up.
I got you.
Of a Triceratops. Like we're gonna know that shit.
They know it. Science.
How long
baby.
is a dinosaur pregnant for? Good Lord. 3 years dinosaurs are pregnant.
Oh, well, that's not 6 weeks at all.
This is the first thing. Dinosaurs were not mammals. They laid eggs. There's no specific knowledge on how long it took.
Oh.
However, temperature, size of the egg, and availability of food may have contributed to gestational length as it does for current reptiles and birds.
Just Google what was wrong with the Triceratops in Jurassic Park.
Oh, yeah. Because that's the thing, is they never go back to say what was wrong with the Triceratops.
Dude, no, because I swear when I watched it forever ago, they did. They fixed it.
Yeah, but they don't.
Or am I tripping? Or
yeah.
That was in like an extended something.
Maybe it's in the second one. I don't know. But like, so that's...
Okay, in the book, it was plants.
Okay.
But, I don't know.
So in this one, they were just like, fuck it. They just, did it. We also get, in this movie, Sam Jackson, I was going to say very young Samuel Jackson, which I guess to nowadays it is, but it's the year before Pulp Fiction came out where his career really took off. And like, it's his natural hair, and it's before he decided
his hairline was fucked.
Yeah, it's before he decides to go bald and shit. And he's
on that LeBron.
Yeah. Which he looks like he did... Well, when he was in Goodfellas for his, like, one scene of it, he had that same hair, but he was a lot skinnier. He put on some weight in between now. But my man's gets ate in this movie, but you don't even see him get eat. You just find his arm later when Homegirl is trying to turn back on the power. She's like, Dr. Freeman or whatever his name was. And then she's like, and it's his arm and shit. And I was like, oh, no. Which I always forget he's in this movie. So it was a surprise when he popped up.
He was on the overhead like speakers or whatever.
Uh-huh.
The announcements. I was like, is that Samuel Jackson? There's no way he's in this movie. I would have remembered that.
Yeah.
And then you see him later on. I went, oh shit.
Yeah.
It's Samuel Jackson.
By the way, at the beginning that kid who they find a raptor skeleton, or was it a different dinosaur? Pretty sure it was a raptor. But dogs are scratching on my door. But,
it was a raptor.
Okay, and this kid is. What's up?
Oh, there's a raptor scratching on your door.
Yeah, it's here. And this kid's like, it doesn't look very scary. It looks like a big turkey. And so Sam Neill goes over and basically just is like, he's like, the raptor's gonna gouge your guts out and eat you alive and all this shit. And the kid's like, and gets scared or whatever. That kid, Maverick, if you can remember, is the kid in Nightmare on Elm Street 5. He is the dream child, which kind of, he's the one where they're like running around in his world and he's just in underwear the whole time, and then he turns into Freddy at one point. He's like, I want to learn things from you. And
I thought he was in like Sandlot or some shit.
He's in a ton of shit. That kid's like on everything.
Yeah. When he popped up, I thought he was the kid from Children of the Corn, Tyler, but he's not. He's different. He's a different kid. Fucking Isaac, was that the main kid from Children of the Corn?
Yeah, I think so.
But I don't know. Can we talk about how like Jeff Goldblum this whole time is just like hitting
just
on
trying to
girl?
Yeah.
And Sam Neill does not like care at all. He doesn't like bat an eye to it.
There's like one time where he's like, yeah, we're together.
Yeah,
that's it. Like, but
the homie's over here grabbing this girl's hand and stuff, and like he's like, "There's no imperfections at all," and then he's like petting her hair, and I was like, "Sam, my boy." Which, by the way, in case you didn't know, they also started dating after this movie. Jeff Goldblum and Laura Dern, and they were engaged to be married for 2 years, but then broke up. Apparently, Jeff Goldblum is famous for dating co-stars. Which, that's passed under my radar. I didn't really realize that.
A lot of women really appreciate that dude. And like him a lot.
Yeah.
I don't get it.
He's become like this sex symbol hottie hot for women. Yeah, it's weird. He's a weird guy if you watch interviews with him. Like, his character in this movie is him. Like, he's always just like, ha and like touching.
It's the same thing as Christopher Walken's, right?
Do people
to where
like
it's
Walken?
like he has like a unique way of speaking. So everyone like gives him all, and I'm just I don't see it, but
I know that just recently the Pops or whatever made the Jeff Goldblum pop of when he's laying on the table in this movie. And he's got his shirt open and shit. So that's great. But hey, by the way, I said the budget was $63 million. Get ready for this one, boys, because this movie at box office made $1.034 billion at the box office.
Gotta be the biggest one yet.
That we've all, yeah, for sure.
I mean, we haven't watched.
You're telling me that Silent Night, Deadly Night didn't.
Well, like the only other two is like what, Titanic, Avatar, some of the Marvel movies now.
Endgame, yeah.
Yeah, so like, there's not many that hit the billion mark. So
yeah. I think Avatar might have beaten it again. I think Avatar might be at number one again. But I'm not sure. I remember it passed it at one point, and then I think Avatar re-released in the theaters for like a week. Because What's-His-Face was like, no, that's mine. Yeah. But anyway, talk about something while I let this dog.
Fucking hate Tom.
That's
so
not
such a
what
little
talking
bit.
about. Come on.
dog doesn't even want to come in.
You guys are really...
Can't blame him. Tom opened that door, and the dog's like, Jesus, never mind. You can have that.
Walked in all my my farts and my dusty.
Hey, let me ask you all a question. We're all animal lovers here. Like, some
Speak
more
for
than
yourself. Just start killing my.
You just fucking eat her.
Yeah, right against the wall or something. Be like, good lord.
Hey, Alinity did it.
That was a cat.
So watching this, like, I'm surprised that none of my like loving animal instinct kicked in. Like, I could give two shits for any of these dinosaurs.
Yeah.
Right? Like, there wasn't a point where I was like, oh, that's adorable or, cute or whatever. I was like,
Yeah. Like,
but again, it's obvious I hate all reptiles, right? So.
Yeah. By the way, I said there's a cameo by Maverick's new snake in this movie, which is just slithering, and you see like a raptor eye fucking peeking out. Which
pretty sure that's like an anaconda.
No.
But
it might be a python. I keep wanting to say reptar, but that's not. That's not right.
Maverick, what did you name your snake? What is his name?
The dude named him Apollo.
Yeah, but snakes don't have ears, so you can name them whatever you want. It's not coming.
I don't know.
Just
snake. So he's yellow and yellow and like a brownish yellow.
Damn.
I can grab him, show him on camera.
No. We're good.
What was I? Okay. Yeah, like they bust out a shoddy at one point, and like I think, like they expect some people to be like, "Oh no," but I was like, "Yeah, fuck these dinosaurs."
Right.
Like, yeah.
Now, are those slugs? Because they look like buckshot to me.
They didn't show him shooting at all, but yeah.
Well, no, because you hear shots, and then you hear like 3 shots, and then you see like slug rounds through a window, like big bullet holes.
Uh-huh.
But they were fucking red like the buckshot shells.
Well, the color of the shell doesn't mean anything.
Yes, it does.
Nah, it's like they're all red.
I don't know.
Yeah.
Slugs are green, I swear.
If you get like high brass or something, like all the different manufacturers make different things. So, like, I have Aguila short shells in mine, and they're black, but it's still double buck. So, I don't know. All that means nothing to you, does it, Tom?
No, this is I always say there's one part in every podcast where I just sit here and smile. Why do you guys? But
I don't understand why they broke out shotguns to begin with. Like,
I think that's all they had.
You're hunting large. They're like we've stated they're not mammals, but
yeah,
you're hunting large animals. Like you would use a 308 or something, right? You wouldn't use a shotgun. You'd use like a hunting rifle.
Yeah.
Right?
Oh, something with stopping power. That's a shotgun.
I don't think you'd hit it. But anyways, I don't
know.
He was using a Spaz 12.
I recognize it from my COD days.
They opened the locker. They had like 4 of them bitches.
Yeah, I think
but then they only took one. Yeah.
Well, dude gets one later.
Yeah, but I thought he had just gotten it. Well, yeah, I guess he did get it. But I assumed he got it off the dead guy, but he didn't. I forgot about the. This movie's full of. We'll get into it. I'm about to lead in, but this movie's full of just classic moments that I think everyone knows, and but I forgot about the fucking guy hunting the raptor, and then like it just pops up next to him. He's like, "Clever girl."
Yeah.
it's a good death, and so I assumed that Sam Neill had just got the gun from him. But thinking back to it, he probably just grabbed another one off the rack. But yeah, I mean, you think about it. So you get the classic, "Welcome to Jurassic Park," and then the pan, music kicks ass.
Welcome to Jurassic Park.
What's the other song in it that they use? That's famous too.
That's it. That's the one song.
The one when they get there is famous too. When they're helicoptering in.
Yeah, is that the same song but later on?
No. I don't know. It's playing right here. Go, Thomas. But anyway, just played.
He's making more work for himself.
Yeah. But that song was great. They never really use it in the new Jurassic Worlds. Like the first one, they had the slow version, the piano, which is kind of like the end of this movie. They have the slow piano version of it. But then they get, which I guess I appreciate. They're not trying to recycle the music, even though they recycled everything else from the movies.
Hey.
But but if it's like if you're gonna take stuff, take the music that is famous. But yeah, so you get the fucking Jurassic Park scene, which is great. You also there's two memes in one there. You get you've seen the "Welcome to Jurassic Park" and then it's something weird, and then you also get Jeff Goldblum like, he did it. The son of a bitch really did it, and you get that. You get the fucking the T-Rex stomp in the water, and then where'd the goat go? And the fucking goat leg popping up on the roof of the car, and the dude getting eaten off of the toilet, where he runs in the toilet, and they're like, Sam Neill's like, where's he going? Jeff Goldblum's like, you gotta go. And it really is like that. If that dude just would have kept running, he probably would have been all right? Like that dinosaur took so long to get to that bathroom that homie would probably.
That dinosaur was like teleporting. I think
it was.
No, I mean it was. Well, to be fair, so it chops that fence down and then it like just kind of hops over, right?
Yeah.
And then they go back to where it chopped the fence down, and now all of a sudden it's a big cliff.
Yeah.
Like, the T-Rex wasn't that tall.
Yeah.
I don't know. That shit had me confused.
I don't know. What had me confused, I don't care what type of glass that was. I'm assuming it's plexiglass, bulletproof glass, or whatever. But that dinosaur, trying to get to them kids.
Would have crushed them kids.
It would have crushed them, or that glass would have broke. Like, I don't care. Like, that thing was... a dinosaur head alone is probably 2 tons. Maybe not. That's 4,000 pounds. Maybe not 2 tons. But it's at least a ton, probably. Just a head alone is probably 2,000 pounds or something like that. Is that a ton? 2,000 pounds is a ton, right?
Yeah, but I don't...
Okay.
That's a lot of meat. I don't know if a T-Rex is 2 tons.
A whole T-Rex is definitely 2 tons.
So, okay, those cars, they were Explorers, right? So that's probably like a 2-ton truck. So, and it was moving around like nothing. So it might even be heavier. Yeah. Using that logic.
But yeah, and I was like, man, these kids be dead. I was like, fuck all this, man. I'm still pissed at that little girl. Like, just a dinosaur, big flashlight. like I mean, the number one thing about T-Rexes is just sit still. I think everyone, maybe not everyone, I say that. I bet you if you just ask a normal person on the street, what do you do if there's a T-Rex? First off, they're like, why are you asking me this question? Second off, they just don't know the answer. But it's like, sit still. And she just decides to start shining a light at it or whatever. I guess to see where it is. At first, I thought she was trying to tell Sam Neill and them that they were in there. But I think she was looking around for the dinosaur. Like, it was hard to spot.
So... Like, and I don't mean to go too deep into this, but how would a dinosaur even know what a flashlight was?
I don't think it knew it was a flashlight. I just think he saw fucking,
But wouldn't he equate that to be like lightning or something? He wouldn't think, oh, that must be a person there. Let me go and look at it.
I don't think so.
You
I don't think he's thinking at all. I think he just sees something and goes after it.
Yeah.
Like a fucking dog.
Brings up the second question: can dinosaurs even see light like that? You know how cats and stuff see like on different whatever.
No, they're predatory animals, so why not?
Well, I don't think anyone has the answer. They've never found a dinosaur eye, right?
Yeah.
So there's so many weird things like that. Like he wouldn't know what glass was.
Well, no, that's why he kept trying to eat him. He was probably like, why the fuck can't I?
So it's just weird. Like, the Raptors I'll give credit to because the guy was like, they were trying to learn and they were like figuring shit out.
Yeah, like they never hit the same spot again that electrifies them.
Because that's, but the T-Rex is just a big old dummy.
Yeah, the T-Rex is just a dumb fuck it. But there's a great part in this movie, which is the raptor is fucking secure as long as it doesn't know how to open doors, and then it just cuts to the door handle. Open. I was like, oh shit. Which then they did it again a second time. I was like, you didn't need to do it. Do it twice. But the first time was pretty solid.
Wrote some shit down for this movie.
Well, I was really confused.
I really wish I did because I'm kind of struggling
with these dinosaurs because, like, okay, one gets trapped at the power thing, right?
Yeah.
And she's like, "Oh, it's fine as long as it can't open doors." And then later on, one gets stuck in the freezer. And it's just one dinosaur versus the people.
Yeah.
And then randomly, it's just two versus everybody now.
Yeah. Yeah, they didn't do a good job of laying out that kitchen, I think. Because when they trapped the one dinosaur, I was like, oh, they're out. But then they were back in the kitchen, where the other two dinosaurs still were. So I was like, well, how did they trap the one dinosaur, you know?
They did a loop around the little shelves.
Yeah. But that was, we complimented these raptors on being smart or whatever. But that one raptor did eat shit because it just saw the reflection of the girl in the little cabinet.
Yeah.
And it, like, hits, and then you pan over. Which I don't know if she did that on purpose or not. Which, it doesn't really make sense if you think it, because she's looking right at the dinosaur, and that's why she's freaking out so much, but then she's completely on the other side. But hey, you know. take some liberties. There's when homegirls turn on the power, I thought it didn't scare me, but I thought it was a good little scare for a movie that, you know, people like to classify as a horror movie. But when she's like, "Oh, we're all good, the power's on," and then fucking raptor pops out behind her.
Yeah,
that was the fakest dinosaur I've seen.
It was the fake, yeah, but I thought it was a good little scare.
I like the arm right afterwards because you're not expecting two back to back, right?
Yeah.
So the dot, like Samuel Jackson's hand, she's like, "Oh, thanks God." Oh!
Yeah, she turns the power on right as the people are climbing over the electric fence, and the fucking little boy gets yeeted when the electricity turns on.
He went flying.
Yeah, it was almost a little too comical. Like it was it's such a comedy of electric fire, you know. But and then they cut, and the guy's like, he's not breathing. It's like, oh shit, he's dead.
I sent a message, and like I was looking at this fence.
Yeah.
And I was like, those are some pretty big holes. And I was like, but you know, it makes sense dude can't climb through it. And then it showed a little kid and he walks up to it and like his arms aren't even wide enough. Like he could fit straight through easily. And I was
I always wondered when I watched this movie, why the fuck did they climb over it? Why didn't they just go in between?
Well, if they had Bugsby, the original fence doesn't have those like cross members to keep out small things. Like the original T-Rex fence is just the horizontal line.
Yeah.
But then they come to this one and all of a sudden it has it, and I'm like, well, aren't they in the T-Rex pit? Like, it doesn't make any sense.
Yeah.
Well, I don't, because they jumped into the T-Rex pit, or they fell into the T-Rex pit, and then all of a sudden they got the fucking herbivores, the big fucking herbivores.
Yeah. Like everything everywhere.
I think it was just like a mix. Right?
Yeah,
they just had all the
T-Rex out running around like that.
That's what you would think, but goddamn if they didn't.
Yeah, I did, like, T-Rex and all that shit's happening. Fucking Sam Neill, you know, the whole thing, he doesn't want kids, and Laura Dern wants kids or whatever, and now he's stuck with these two kids. And throughout the movie, he kind of starts, you know, developing, like, oh, maybe kids aren't so bad. But to the point that even after all the T-Rex shit, they get to the electric fence, and he's like, oh, it's off. And he does the super dad thing where he grabs it.
That was just funny.
And the little girl didn't think so. And then when the T-Rex...
Her screaming was annoying.
Yeah, but it's
over the top.
Is it, though?
Like, ridiculously over the top.
I mean, honestly, if you had to cut an actor or actress from this movie, you're telling me it wouldn't be her?
Right? I'm vegan. Shut the fuck up. The little boy had me laughing.
That little boy, I thought was kind of shit.
This.
He's like, we call each other hackers. I'm a hacker. And I was like, shut the fuck up.
Oh, yeah, the best part of the movie is Sam Jackson trying to get into dude's computer. And then it's like, you don't have you didn't say the magic word. And I was like, and they were like, shit, antivirus. It's like, what?
But, yeah, that's the main thing about watching these movies back 30 years later is like the technology is just yikes.
Yeah. Like they're doing the virtual DNA thing or whatever, and they pan, and the guy's wearing gloves, and he's got like the screen. And nowadays it's like a headset and like 2 little controllers. Like,
but you're telling me that fucking very beginning of the movie, the X-ray for the ground or whatever, that shit was pretty dope.
The X-ray for the ground was cool. Yeah.
Yeah, obviously fake because that shit don't work like that, but they put the shotgun shell in the little thing and they said it shot into the ground, and I was like, I don't know if you ever shot a shotgun into the ground.
That's a real thing, Maverick.
No, what I'm saying, like, it doesn't go that deep. Like, you ever shot a bullet into the ground, it doesn't go that far.
Shot a BB into the air, kept going, went into space, never came back down.
Shot my semen in your mom, made another kid.
This is why I don't show my podcast or our podcast to the folks.
Family.
Yeah.
But I forgot what it's called. It's like something, but
the survey.
Yeah. It doesn't go deep, but I think it can go up to 12 feet.
Nice.
I doubt that. On a single shotgun shell? I highly doubt that.
I've never shot the ground and then dug the bullet out.
Yeah. You get the scene of Jeff Goldblum on the back of the Jeep with the fucking T-Rex chasing after him. Another classic.
I swear that was a lot closer.
I did too. I thought it got way closer, but in this movie it was like, oh, it wasn't really, you know.
The T-Rex just gives up like halfway. He was like, fuck this shit, I'm out.
Yeah, but the last time you watched it, it was like suspenseful, right?
Yeah.
So it felt like, oh shit, but now you knew what happened, so you were like...
Which,
I don't know. I think that's a cool scene and all, but it had no point being in the movie.
Nah, this movie, they don't... I see why people say they don't make movies like they used to. Because this movie was damn good for its time, and like... I don't know. I like it better than any fucking newer movie out.
Have you seen the new Suicide Squad?
That was dog shit.
Like, yeah, like watching it, like it's just a fun movie. I thought watching it, it's a good movie.
But the question is it a horror movie?
I still don't think so. Watching it again, like, I see parts that I'm like, okay, but I don't count it as a horror movie still. There's a plane passing over my house. I don't know. Like, and it's weird because you say it, you're like, if you consider Jaws a horror movie, then you consider Jurassic Park. And to be, I haven't watched Jaws probably before, even longer than I've watched Jurassic Park. But I don't know what it is about Jaws, but Jaws I think is filmed as a horror movie. Like, it's filmed as a suspense.
Oh,
and
for
like
sure.
This movie, like there's parts in
aspects.
it. Yeah, but for the most part, it just seemed like a action family, adventure movie to me.
Yep.
So I don't know. Like, we'll have to watch Jaws one day to compare. Once again, Spielberg, Jaws, the movie that like created summer blockbusters and shit, where it just blew the fuck up.
When you first start this movie, dude, the props, the whole sets were fucking off the chain.
Yeah.
Like, first it was like the spinning like ride they get on where they get locked into like the movie theater seats.
Uh-huh.
And then the whole set just spins.
Yeah.
It was fucking insane. Like, they don't make sets like that anymore.
Yeah.
And then you get to the fucking, I don't know if it was the raptor cage or the T-Rex cage, but this is fucking an actual, like, dude, it was insane.
Was it the raptor cage? It was when the guys talking about they try to break out and they always
I think so, yeah.
Which that's when they feed like a water buffalo to them.
It's just a normal cow, I think. But anyone think the raptor cage was super small?
It looked pretty, especially when the guys like they jump real high. I was like, well, that's not good.
That shit looked like it wasn't even as big as a tractor trailer or whatever. The 53 feet or whatever they are. Like, it didn't look big at all. I was like, how do they run? Like,
Yeah, like what type of life are they living? You know?
Don't blame those raptors now. I'd do the same thing.
Yeah, like why were those raptors held there, but all these other dinosaurs were like roaming around in this big ass? Why did they keep those raptors in that fucking place?
Probably because
Like-
they're the smartest.
Yeah, and they knew that they were going to be like whatchamacallit.
A problem.
Yeah,
Yeah, but
it's my opinion. I don't know.
yeah, but the T Rex was a fucking problem. T Rex was killing everything, trying to break out.
I think he
T-Rex
had
is
his
a
own
big
thing
dog.
too, but he was just that much bigger.
I don't know. That T Rex is weird too. Where now in older movies they like make the OG T Rex like the hero a lot. And I like to believe in the movies it's like the same T Rex, even though I don't think it is. But
Out it.
like this movie, to be fair, it kind of saves the day at the end where it kills the one raptor and the other raptor jumps on it. But this movie, like the T Rex, is the main villain of this movie mostly. And nowadays, like the T Rex is never like in the two Jurassic World movies. The T Rex only shows up to fight the bad T Rex or whatever. The because nowadays the newer movies are all about mutation and they combine the T Rex with something else, and so now they got like this mega killer dinosaur, and then OG T Rex will come in and like fight them. But once again, going back to what Tyler said, the reason why this movie is so good now compared to the movies they made, which it's kind of like Star Wars. Like I think nowadays, if you watch the older Star Wars, they're even like see compared to what you got now. It's like,
How dare you?
sorry,
No, I'm kidding.
even though I still stand by the best Star Wars ever made is Rogue One, and so that only came out like 4 years ago. Which
You know how I feel about Rogue.
You're like
You've
the
never
only one
watched
that ever
it.
said that, no?
I'm not. Rogue One has become like a thing where people are like, yeah, it's the best one.
A lot of people won't even watch it because there's actors in it they don't like.
That's time. Yeah, this motherfucker, he won't watch Rogue One, even though I'm telling him it's the best Star Wars movie they ever made.
That's the one with Donnie Yen in it?
Yeah,
Yeah,
because Forrest Whitaker's in it for like 15 minutes. Meanwhile, what
How do
movie?
you hate Forrest Whitaker?
He doesn't like it. Meanwhile, what movie were you gonna watch the other day that Forrest Whitaker's like in the whole thing? And I was like, what?
I obviously didn't watch it.
You
I don't know what you're talking about.
you
though.
did. Because you were like,
With
I'm gonna
Forrest
watch it.
Whitaker?
Yeah, you were like, I'm gonna watch this movie. And I said, Forrest Whitaker's in it. And you were like, I know.
You might have been talking to Maverick or something.
No. Well,
It
why
was-
would
it wasn't
I don't.
me.
Maverick doesn't care about Forrest Whitaker, so I wouldn't have even mentioned it.
Can we look up Forrest Whitaker's IMDb?
I'm gonna fight you.
Because there hasn't been any movies I've wanted to watch that has Forrest Whitaker in it.
There's something.
So
Why do you fucking hate that man? He's solid.
I wouldn't go that far. I don't mind him, but I can't think of like a Forrest Whitaker role that I'm like, that's the role.
I hate him. But anyways, we'll get back to that later.
Well, will we? But
Probably not.
yeah. But anyway, movie's good. There you go.
It's like I said, yeah, this one's decent. Like I think if you showed a little kid it, because we're cynical and we have like somewhat an eye for detail or whatever. But like like the old TVs and monitors and CRTs and it's Unix, blah blah blah, stuff like that. It bugged me. But if you show this movie to like a 9-year-old kid or anyone really, right? Like the first time you watch this movie, if you're not like 40, it'd be a great movie. It's just my 2 cents on it. What was your favorite part? What was your worst favorite part?
Oh yeah,
Least
best
favorite
of,
part?
worst of. We haven't done that. My best of. I'll say this just because we haven't talked about it. I liked after Jeff Goldblum is telling the homegirl what chaos theory is, and then fucking Sam Neill jumps out of the thing and he's like, "See, look at that! I could never have predicted." The doctor, whatever his name was, would jump out of the fucking car or whatever. And then that was funny. I do think it went a little too long when then she left, and then he's like, "See, now I'm the only one here talking to myself." And I was like, "Okay."
Yeah, that was a
Yeah, I was
drawn
the
out.
first one. I was like, "That's pretty good," but I'll say that just because we haven't mentioned it. Worst part, I'll say the hatching dinosaur because I thought it looked pretty bad, and I had to listen to the old man the whole time. Come on, little one, come on, for like a minute while this little fucking shit Muppet pops out. I'm like, ah. Anyway, there you go. Maverick, what's your best of, worst of?
Shit, I really don't got one. Like I said, I was kind of tired when I watched this. This was a spur of the moment cast too, so.
No, we had this.
Yeah, it was scheduled. Yeah. All right. Well, Tyler, what's your best of, worst of?
My best has to be that scene where they go over the hill and he sees the dinosaurs for the first time. Well, everyone really does.
Yeah.
And it like, because you got to think about it, these people have like based their whole lives on digging up the bones to try to figure out, whatever. And then in that moment, it was like the answer to their life,
There's a reason that scene is as famous as it is with the Welcome to Jurassic Park. It's a great scene.
And like, it'd be like if finding a UFO or Bigfoot or something, right?
Yeah.
Like, it would change everything.
Uh-huh.
And it's not lost on me. So like that's where I'm like, oh yeah. My least favorite scene has to be anything with the lawyer. I feel like they just needed like a bit villain, someone just to get them through until the dinosaurs can kill people.
That's a thing too.
Was he a lawyer? I thought
he was a lawyer. Yeah. He was there for the investors to the park.
Yeah.
So the weird thing, once again, when I was a kid, I felt bad for dude that gets killed by the. That's really probably my favorite part, but I went with the other one because we haven't talked about it. And then I was like, yeah, good for that guy getting eaten. Because I was like, he's a bad guy. Watching it again, I don't really think he was a bad guy. Like, watching it, he was just he was there for investors. Sure, they're like, oh, he left the kids. And it's like, well, what else is he going to stay there and get eaten by the dinosaur? Like,
a T-Rex?
Yeah. So, I didn't feel like before I was like, yeah, get him. And now I was like, oh man, that guy got eaten. But I didn't really say oh man because I didn't really care about him. But you know what I mean?
I like the scene where they were in the car and he was like, where'd you get those? Under the seat? Are they heavy? Yeah, then that means they're expensive. Put them back. Yeah. And I feel that. Now that I'm older, I feel that. I know exactly what he's talking about.
Kid never put them back.
He never did.
Yeah.
He showed that old man. He showed him.
It was a good scene, too, of the fucking, when the kid's in the tree in the car, and they gotta try to get down, and the car's falling after him.
I've never seen a kid who's been so embarrassed to have thrown up.
Thrown up? Yeah, I was like, what?
If you would have went up there, and I'd be like, I shit my pants,
Yeah.
But, like,
Yeah, that was weird, that was what embarrassed him. But... Also, then he runs around he chooses because he starts walking around with a limp after he gets like electrified and shit.
Everyone in this movie had these phantom limps, and it really pissed me off.
Yeah, and then all of a sudden the next shot they'd be running perfect, and then back to the limp and shit. But
because like the lady, same thing, right?
Yeah, when she was running away from the raptor or whatever, and her light is like trailing behind her.
Yeah.
Yeah.
And I'm like, what happened to your leg? Like, it doesn't make sense. You should be fine.
Uh-huh.
It's like, no, the wounds.
Yeah. What movie is it? Spoiler. Stop, talk. What movie is it that fucking Dr. Wu or whatever from Oz becomes the villain?
This last one, right? Jurassic World?
No, but I swear he becomes the villain like in 2 or something.
Oh, I don't even know. Probably like 3.
Man, 3's the one with the dude from Boogie Nights and shit. Which is funny enough, I think the one I probably know the most about. Which is like, I think everyone considers it the worst one, which is 3. Where I think that's the movie that also has the part where Sam Neill's taking a nap and the dinosaur talks to him. It's like, hey, Chris, or whatever his name is. But that's the one I probably know the most about.
I don't know. Like, after this one, all the other ones just seem kind of lame. So I didn't watch any of them.
Yeah.
There's one where Jeff Goldblum's like there with his kid for some reason.
Uh-huh.
And I'm like, why? Why would you be there with your daughter?
Yeah.
Like, it just doesn't make any sense. Like, I don't
how many
know.
times can this park go to shit before they just like
That's
shut
the
it
thing.
down?
Yeah, every movie it goes bad. It's like just
I remember
close it
3
down.
being really good, like really good. But
The one where Sam Raimi goes back is supposed to be really good. So he's like, you don't need eyes where we're going.
I kept waiting for the point in this movie where they'd be like, "Let's go home," and Sam Neill's like, "I am home," and he would go into the bush. But it never happened. So.
He's got to be like one of the greatest actors we've ever had that no one appreciates, right?
makes sense.
Yeah.
He's a little older. Maybe that's why.
I mean, he plays a cop in Peaky Blinders, and he's amazing in it.
Fuck, that is him. In Peaky Blinders, detective, I think he is.
Yeah, well, yeah, some weird thing, right? But I didn't know
That's
if you'd been
crazy.
that far.
Yeah,
So
he's real old and fat.
and mean.
God damn.
Damn, holy shit, that is him. The face.
So like, but he's really good. Like, guy's spot on.
Apparently, he's in Thor Ragnarok.
Yeah, but he just plays himself.
He plays
cameo.
the guy playing Odin when Thor shows up and Loki's there doing his play or whatever. He plays Odin. So, shout out to him.
Even them checks rolling in.
Yeah, getting the Marvel checks. Anyway, all right. I think that's about the end of Jurassic Park. I don't know.
It's not. They made like 9 more.
I know. Yeah. I don't think. How many did they? I think they only made 3 originally, right?
3.
And then they made the 2 new ones. Maybe there's only 5 of them. And now I know there's another one coming out, soon. But I can't promise that we'll ever do the other ones. But it was, it was nice watching the first one.
I promise.
Yeah. We'll do Jurassic Park 2 around the same time we do Puppet Master 4.
Yeah, see, I promise I will never do it.
Yeah. But I don't know. Who knows? So, anyway, what happened? When's this coming out? So last Friday, the Megan is Missing podcast came out. Go check that out if you haven't already.
Fantastic.
Yeah. This Friday, what are we watching? A Green Room? Was that the name of the movie?
Yeah, Green Room. Yeah.
Green Room. That's coming out. So, wait. Yeah, that's right. So, Green Room coming out. And yeah, that's about it. We'll be back to Texas Chainsaw at some point. We got 2 more movies than that. Then we're done. Maverick, yeah, Maverick hasn't witnessed all our Texas Chainsaw shenanigans.
He's watched them.
He watched the first one. He hasn't been there for the other ones.
Well, I mean, like, he watched the podcast. Yes.
Anyway, thanks for listening.
Well, shout out to
Papa Hades.
Papa Hades. I wanted to call him Spade Guy. Because Papa Hades and dyslexia. Anyways.
Okay.
Anyways,
shout out
Rick and Morty just ended, by the way, and it was horrible.
Whoa.
Skip this season if you ain't caught up.
I saw they did a live action thing with fucking Doc from
Christopher Full, yeah, I can't think of his name.
But I saw it and he was playing Rick. And then no one mentions he's playing Rick. The kid from It who played Bill or whatever is playing Morty, but no one mentions him. And I thought they were making like an episode that was live action. It was just for like a commercial. I was like, oh well,
yeah,
that's okay. So anyway, hey, thanks for getting us to we haven't mentioned we hit 30,000 views a while ago. Shout out. Fucking shout out. The faculty, I keep the faculty passed Return of the Living Dead out of nowhere. I didn't even see it coming. And then like it's like almost to like it's had like 500 views in the last 20 days or something. Just keeps going. People like the faculty. So let's make a remake of the faculty, guys.
Yeah.
Let's get to work on it. Yeah.
Can I be the mean girl?
You can be the mean girl.
Nice.
Who are we gonna get to play Josh Hartnett?
That's the fucking Mav Snake.
Yeah. It's gonna be a hell of a movie whenever we make it.
Yeah.
Look forward. Come 2023, the Faculty remake.
Who was the nerdy kid in that movie?
Fucking
Someone famous.
Frodo.
Elijah Wood.
Yeah, it's Frodo.
Yeah. And we'll get Ben to play him.
Yeah, that was the movie that he got the Lord of the Rings role. Was for being in that movie. So shout out, if it wasn't for the Faculty, then the worst part of the Lord of the Rings movies wouldn't be in them. I hope there's not a lot of Frodo fans listening to this. Anyway, thanks for watching.
Hey.
What?
I think we should do... I don't know how to do this, though.
Okay.
I think we need to do a, special podcast where we watch all the Harry Potter movies and we just go through them all at one time.
Harry Potter?
Yeah.
I don't got time for no
That's
Harry
like
Potter.
9 movies.
Yeah.
I mean, we can Prisoner of Azkaban, number 1, and then the rest are debatable.
I'm not saying we do this tomorrow. I'm just saying we need to figure out a plan to where we can do all
Listen,
of them.
Tyler, tomorrow I can't do it.
I don't have time tomorrow, Tyler. Fuck.
You got to work tomorrow?
Oh, man, that's... Anyway.
Mom's coming over.
Stop. Stop attacking. Anyway, thanks for watching.
Got an appointment.
Friday. Green Room. Yeah.
You say you're on deployment? What?
I said she has her own appointment.
Yeah.